Hello, welcome to this week's update. Back from the cave. 3 weeks down, 2 weeks to go. Absolutely loving the time at home. Just got back from a couple of days in York, which was absolutely lovely. It's a bit of a pilgrimage for me and the missus. We tend to go every year. It's one of our favourite places on the planet since we lived there. And back in the day, when I was at Linton, and we've always gone back. It's absolutely lovely. Every time I go there, she goes off shopping. I go to the model shop there, Monk's Bar model shop. Lovely little shop. Been there for donkey's years. Great collection of kits, actually. Not just your usual kind of Airfix and Revell and Tamiya. All sorts of stuff. And I think I didn't buy anything because my new rule, is to try and limit the number of kits this year because I really want to get into the stash and deplete that. So I was very good. I nearly bought a couple of things, but no, I walked out empty-handed. Lovely little shop. If you're in York, go and find it. It's brilliant. So that was good fun. Right, what's been going on the channel then is last Sunday up went the VMS Primers video. I just demoed the new formula, which has been developed with aeroplane modelers in mind. It's a lot smoother than the last stuff, and yeah, you're going to see how well it performs. I thought that the formula was going to sit alongside the old formula. No, it's replacing the old formula. Therefore, the bottles are the same, but it's going to slowly replace stocks. There are no new formula in the 100ml bottles. So if you're shopping and you see a 100ml bottle, it's going to be the old formula, which is absolutely fine for, dioramas and maybe armor builders, some, that kind of genre. But specific for aircraft modelers, we really do need a smoother surface, and this gives it that. If you buy the new the 30ml bottles, it's more than likely going to be the new formula, and then next year the bigger bottles will come out. And that's the kind of rule of thumb, as it were. So go check out those. I had a very angry comment. Some people get angry, don't they? In the way they put their comments across, which is a bit strange. It happens every now and again. There's those people out there. This bloke was banging on about how he doesn't prime because if you prime, you're going to lose a load of detail. It's going to soften it all, which is all a bit random, if I'm honest, because I've never had that problem. And yeah, just quite a rude comment at the end. I left it up there. I replied, if you don't want to prime, don't prime. I think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. I don't always prime on the Typhoon. I just primed the resin bits and the seams to check them. The main of it, I didn't prime that model, if I'm honest. Most of the time I do, though. Each to their own. If it works for you and you don't prime, don't prime. Don't be a douchebag about it. But there we are. The internet, I suppose, isn't it? So that's that. This Sunday coming is part one of the Typhoon, where I do the cockpit. I don't do like a proper introduction. I used to do like a separate part one, but this is essentially from straight from the box. Well, it is straight from the box. And I've already done a sprue tour, box tour, review type thing of it. And so I didn't see the point in doing like a separate part one or an intro or anything. We go straight into it and straight into the cockpit. It's not a long video, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. But as you'll see, the cockpit is utterly phenomenal. So I really hope you enjoy that. And then every week will be subsequent parts. Right, I went to Lincoln Model Club, the IPMS Lincoln Model Club, couple of days ago. Fabulous fun. Really missed actually going to a model club. So it was fantastic to meet up with some old friends, meet some new people. I took along the Typhoon with me and chatted about that to various people there, and had a look at all their work. So it was absolutely great to kind of indulge and speak modelling for a couple of hours on an evening. So thoroughly enjoyed that. While I was there, I gave my mate Adam a lift. From Telford, he bought me a couple of kits. So finally, I have them. So I'll show you what I got. All Edward stuff. So all within the ROE of buying new kits. Right, let's do this one first. Overtrees. This, as you can see there, is the MiG-21 F-13 in 48 scale. Overtrees. So no intention of building it anytime soon, but I've got it if I want to do it. And I've had a look at the main parts, and the detail is absolutely incredible. The riveting is beautiful. So no idea when I'm going to get around to building that, but very glad I have that one in the stash. The other one I've got was this, the P40E. I got the weekend version because I got a plan for this. I quite fancy doing a super detail job on this. Engine, gun bays, drop the flaps, radio bay, throw everything at it. Really fancy doing it on this one, which means I'm probably not going to do a shark's mouth, because what's the point if I'm going to expose all the engine and all that kind of stuff. However, what I have got, and I've had this in the stash for a very long time, is the Barracuda set for it. And standard GAY that you kind of get in everything, but a different one as well, GAV, above that. So I don't know, I probably won't do it if I'm honest. But what I will do is eventually, when they do the earlier one, the B/C, is I'm definitely going to be doing that one. But I thought I'd just chuck the decals in there anyway. Beautiful decals, cartograph, and I would be tempted to use those over spraying based on my experience with the Sea Tempest, because they went down beautifully. Right, and the other one, and this one is coming back with me, and I will be building this, is the P40N, and I've got a real cool colour scheme in mind. It's not going to be one of these on the boxes, and really looking forward to getting stuck into that. And I've got a load of extras for this. So I have resin seat, which comes with seat harness as well. Don't know why that's in there. It's a deco sheet for something else. And I have this set. So this is the Look Plus. So in the Look Plus, you get the printed resin instrument panel, exhaust stacks, wheels, and the T-face mask. So that's inside and out, and actually it's very reasonable, that. So I bought that, and what I'll probably do is some of the photo etch and all that kind of stuff for the cockpit I can bung into the weekend one just over there and recycle that. The other thing I bought is some Edward 3D printed rivet decals. These I've used the HGW ones. They're not very proud at all. I think those are better off either on natural metal, or you put your camouflage over the top and they sort of disappear, and then you just gently polish the paint away just to kind of reveal the top surface. Where these are like proper 3D stuff. So 32nd, 48th, I thought I'd get those as well. Right, just a little purchase there. Like I say, this one will be going out with me, and I will be building that in due course when I'm out there. Right, what else to talk about? Just having a look up here. Yeah, so my friend Mike Reeves out in America, he owns Phase Hanger Resin, going from strength to strength. He's just updated his logo, and it looks absolutely brilliant. So So well done, team over there. I think that looks great. He's also, to go alongside it, announced a whole load of new products, a lot of them for the 48 scale Draken. So if you've got that one in the stash and it's sort of coming up to the top of the in tray, go and have a look at, can't speak. Go and have a look at Face Hanger Resin. He also does a plethora of other stuff, which some awesome stuff. And hopefully I'll be getting some of his Jaguar stuff in due course as well for my Jaguar project, which is also coming this year. That's Face Hanger Resin. What else have we got here? What's that there? So I've got my list of things to talk about. And oh yes, Typhoons. I mentioned Typhoons, didn't I? Peter is releasing a bubble top Typhoon, but he's releasing it as a conversion for the car door. The different parts are, you're going to get the insert for the cockpit, you'll get the DBMK Sea Fury clear parts, which actually I suggested to Peter he could use those. So whether that was my idea or it was, somebody else told him the same thing or he realised himself, I don't know. But I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one, and also rockets and drop tanks and, ordnance bits and bobs. Really, really cool. So it's not going to be a separate release. It's going to be as a, like I say, effectively a conversion. Now, no, there is no four-bladed prop and the Tempest tailplanes, because that would require a new fuselage and obviously new tailplanes. I suppose Peter could have printed, done the tailplanes. However, it's the whole mounting, the fairing to the fuselage needs to change as well, and just not going to happen. You could cross kit, I suppose, if you really, really wanted one with the Tempest, but you're going to have to get the four-bladed prop. It's just too difficult for him to do. And he's not going to get the return on investment, which is absolutely fair enough. So, but if you did want the bubble top and do an earlier three-bladed prop one, there's loads of markings options out there for that, and they did fly all the way into D-Day and beyond, the earlier ones. So plenty of options there. But I think it's really, really cool. Am I going to get one? No, I'm not going to get one. It's not that the last one burnt me out. Far from it. I'm really, really enthused coming off the back of it, but it is an awful lot of work and very, very similar. And I just want to crack on with what's in the stash already. So I'm not going to be getting one, but it's available. I know lots of people. It was quite close. He did like a little referendum on it. And there was a lot of love out there for the bubble top, not least from me. But actually, having built the car door, I think I prefer the car door now. It's kind of turned my head. But there we are. So airscale bubble top Typhoon. If you want the update set and you've already bought the car door one, just let Peter know, and you can get that. Right, what else? I think that's it for new kits, other than one more thing. What's his picture here? Sorry, I've got pictures up here. Oh, yes. Border Model. So Border Model have announced a 1/35th scale P51 Mustang, which I think is fantastic. And they've done the wobbly oil canning effect on it. And there's a picture of a sprue. I'll stick it up. Picture of the sprue with the oil canning on there. Does it look over exaggerated? I think so, if I'm honest. It's going to divide opinion, I think, that one. Obviously, the HE 111 is out now, getting some really good reviews. I think in the bigger airframe like that with the bigger panels, it kind of works better. This one, I think it's a little bit overdone, if I'm honest.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah, I think that's overdone, if I'm honest. It will be, no doubt, based on the trumpeter kit, which I know's had a few little accuracies issues here and there. I mean, their Spitfire is utterly dreadful because that's based on the the Trumpeter Hobby Boss Spitfire 5 in 32nd, which is utterly balked. And yeah, I'd imagine whatever issues are in that Trumpeter Hobby Boss one will be carried over into this one. I would imagine. I'm not going to say maybe they've corrected it all. You know, don't want to cast aspersions at this stage, but you know, for me, I think the oil canning is a little bit overdone on that one. Right, I've got it up on my computer here. And the last one is IBG. Now, this I think is really, really cool. So in 72nd scale, to celebrate the 90th anniversary of the first flight of the Spitfire, they are releasing a set for K5054, the prototype, which I think is really cool. And actually, I'm really tempted by that. I've got the Mark 5 on order. I'm hoping it's going to be here on time. I ordered it direct from Poland. Now I'm getting really worried. I'm a bit cross with myself that I just didn't sit on my hands for a bit. But I really wanted. They said it was released. I couldn't find it anywhere in the UK, so hence I ordered it direct, and I bought the Overtrees set. And it turns out that Hannants have them in stock because the importer, Gary at Tiger Hobbies, has got them in. So my impatience got the better of me there, and I'm now kind of, is it going to be here on time? They got 2 weeks. I hope so, but we shall see. It's got to come from the EU after all, so that's always a bit of a faff. Let's not go down that particular rabbit hole here. It's not the channel for it. So yeah, so whether that arrives in time or not, I don't know. But I think that's a wonderful idea. K5054. It's marketed as the Supermarine Type 300, which it was when it flew. The name Spitfire came a bit later. Thank goodness it wasn't the Shrew, which was their original idea, which would have been a dreadful name for it. But yeah, what a fabulous thing. In the so you can do the actual first flight, like natural metal with primer on it. I don't know what options are coming because it flew in all over color, which it's a bit controversial, is the color of the Spitfire prototype, I think. And then it was camouflaged later on as well, and modified with tail wheels and maybe, you know, different canopies, maybe aerials, radio kits, guns in the wings, all that kind of stuff. And I think was eventually written off in an accident. I think is all off the top of my head. Other people will know more, but I think that's a really, really cool addition to the range, and it's going to fill the gap in a lot of people's collections. Right, just making sure I've covered everything. I think I have. Yes, I have. There we are. So that is this week. Keep your eye out on the channel then for the Typhoon project coming, and yeah, really excited to get some reaction on that, see what people think, because that cockpit is utterly insane. Maybe the thumbnail I should put up the picture of the cockpit rather than just the title. I might do that, which might entice a few more people in. Okay, there we are. That is it. I'm gonna have a bit of a chill day today because it's even though I've been in a rather posh hotel and had a lovely time, I'm a bit tired. So chill day today. Out to the pub with my neighbour Steve a bit later in the railway, and then back to the grindstone with DIY going forward. Anyway, those of you who can get some bench time, happy bench time, and I'll see you all very, very soon. So see you later. Cheers. Bye-bye.